Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to my channel, and for today's video, I'll be reading to y'all a story that I wrote, so let's get to it. The name of the book that I wrote is called Young Love. So let's get to reading. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Jessica who was in the 6th grade. She was really agitated by a boy named Eric. Every time she was preoccupied, Eric would find a way to annoy her. She had a conundrum about him because he would also act kind around her and protect her from bullies, people that tease her or alienate her. After knowing that Eric wasn't just an annoying jerk but also a good person to her, she eventually started to like him. They slowly started becoming friends. Jessica would help Eric with homework more, and Eric eventually started being more nicer towards her. When it was their last year of middle school, they started hanging out with each other after school every day. They would either walk to the mall, an arcade, 7-Eleven, or to each other's house. They would even sometimes play video games together or make their own script for an acting video. When it was almost the end of the school year, Jessica felt stressed out because standardized tests were coming up. It broke Eric's heart to see her like this, so he comforted her, told her that everything is going to be okay, and hugged her. Fortunately, Jessica got the highest score in her class. Eric was so proud of her to a point where he invited her to Rita's so that way they could celebrate her accomplishments. They both teased each other, enjoyed their clusters, and had a wonderful time. At the end of the day, Eric walked Jessica home and gave her a gift. It was a drawing of her. She was shocked when she saw it because she never knew he was such a good artist. She smiled, gave him a hug, and said, "Thank you so much, Eric. This looks beautiful." Eric smiled back and responded with, "You're welcome. We should make comics sometime. That's if you're interested." Jessica liked Eric's idea, so after that day, they started making comics. 3 weeks later came the day of their graduation. Jessica felt sad because she was scared that she might go to a different high school and never see Eric ever again. Without even asking, Eric knew how she felt, so he comforted her and said, "Jessica, even if we don't go to the same high school, I promise to always keep in touch with you. If something ever happens, I'll always be here for you." She smiled, hugged him, and said, "Thank you, Eric. I'm so grateful to have an amazing friend like you. I always liked coming to school, but with you around, I like it even more. I'm grateful to have you as a friend too. Anywho, whenever I find out, I'll tell you which high school I go to." Jessica's final response was, "Okay." After that, she graduated with a principal's honor roll. In other words, a 4.0 GPA. Eric and her whole family was proud of her. At the end of the day, Jessica, Eric, and their families went to BJ's to celebrate Jessica's and Eric's graduation. They didn't have any friends, so it was just them. The next day, Eric and Jessica had the best news ever because they were both going to the same high school. They were super stoked. As the summer flew by fast, 3 days before high school came around, Jessica went shopping with her grandma. At the end of the day, her grandmother gave her a sweater she knitted for her. Jessica was so happy to a point where she hugged her grandma, got her stuff, and walked back home. On the first day of high school, Jessica wore her favorite necklace, a blue tank top, the sweater her grandma knitted for her, shorts up to her lower thighs, Nike shoes, makeup, and a red scrunchie. On her way to school, Jessica almost tripped over a rock. But before she could reach the floor, Eric saved her life by catching her. He asked if she was okay. Her response was, "Yes, I'm okay. Thank you so much. If you weren't here, then I would have fell on my face." After that, they continued walking to Fairfax High School. She felt safe to know that they have all classes together. Unfortunately, everybody acted so alienated towards Jessica because her outfit looked anachronistic to them. At lunchtime, Eric saw Jessica crying behind the bleachers. It broke his heart to see her like this, so he comforted her. Then people came and started teasing them because they assumed they were a couple. Eric got agitated by that, so he cussed them out and told them to mind their own business. Eric told her, "Don't worry, Jessica. They are jealous people that don't have anything better to do. Wanna know something? The truth is, I've been in love with you ever since the first day I met you. If you don't feel the same way, I completely understand and will still always be here for you." He was about to walk away until Jessica stopped them and responded by saying, "I actually feel the same way. Will you be my boyfriend?" Eric joyfully said yes. As the years went by, they moved in together. After college, they got married, started a family, and lived happily ever after. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe for more books like this.